Greetings and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
Pugs Dread.
Namaste. Howdy.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to Primetime, bitch. And I'm not wearing makeup, FYI. People are probably thinking that right now, but I may have broken my nose and my eyes are fucking black as shit. So that's why
There's no me about it, sir. That's...
You should see the other guy.
The other guy's fine. He fucking
no evidence. Yeah. No.
No, he's done for. He's 6 feet under.
No, you prick. Like this is why I can't tell you about me murdering people, because you'll just rat me out.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft, everyone's fine.
And we're not even at 3 minutes. We're already there. Oh, Jesus
We
Christ.
didn't say anything bad.
I keep forgetting.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Everyone's
that's all right. I was looking at today. Oh, yeah. Start earning on your journey. Oh, you could do supers and memberships and all this. I'm not applying for that bullshit. Even though they're going to be like, fuck you.
Dead meat, we're coming for you.
Last tournament on the what? Which was your clue to promote, Dan, coming up next?
Last tournament on the left, coming up immediately after this live YouTube show on patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures, where we will be reviewing, I think, the lowest budget of the tournament.
Save it.
Yes. So check that out. And do we have any other programming notes?
And the only 3D movie in the tournament. I'll throw that out there too.
The only 3D movie in the tournament. Will also Valentine's. If you're looking for your Valentine's date, be sure to tune into this channel, Flesh Wound Features, for the Whore 1 and 2 Valentine special. If that confuses you, Whore, the Ken Russell film with Teresa Russell, that will be come spend your Valentine's Day as we talk talking whores.
I'm going to have all of my whores out. I'm going to grab every one of them.
Is that going to be actually on Valentine's Day?
Yeah,
on Valentine's Day. Yes. So
Dan's going to spend Valentine's Day with another whore. So there you go.
Whores.
I wish I was spending one with a whore.
You were aggressively you were aggressively eating one out. And
what the fuck? No.
Thank God we were at 3:05 when he said it, and he just made it.
She hit you in the face.
Don't be
motherfucker, enough.
This is the problem with letting you guys be super free on Patreon. You forget when we're on the regular show.
This is true. Pugs is being
I didn't fucking do anything other than say I fucking broke my goddamn nose. Leave me alone.
Yes.
I have been well behaved.
Which is weird.
You save it for the
Probably.
You know you get to say it then, so you're like saving them up.
I'm building up.
He's holding it in for later.
Like that white chick who was mad.
Oh my God, you mean my future ex-wife? Yeah. Just take me home to make your dad mad, and then we can.
What's up, Swaggy, Brian, Punisher?
Howdy.
Hope all you guys are doing well. Ghost, what up, Ghost?
Come on in. We're talking whores.
We're talking whores. But we're talking hard tonight as well. Any news that I missed, guys?
We could talk that Scream stuff, but
Oh yeah, I forgot we were gonna talk the Scream stuff. Yeah, we didn't do that yet. I don't care. Matthew Lillard.
Shit, you
then
don't.
why bring it up?
Like,
I don't even know what's going on.
Well, you guys.
It looks like they're casting all their Force ghosts because they've announced Matthew Lillard. They announced what was the part 3 guy? I forget his name.
Which one?
Ethan.
No, the killer.
Harvey?
Part 3.
I don't remember his name. Sydney's brother.
Yeah, I can't. I think
Has Laurie Metcalf been announced?
She has not. But
it's all like memory. You know what? I don't even want to know.
I don't know. I'm just guessing. Well, the fact that they announced Lillard means I don't think he's alive. I think
no, it's got to be like a dream sequence.
But see, here's the thing: part 2 doesn't work. Like I know if we're doing a Force Ghost game, I don't know what we're doing, but part 3 does because she's related. Like if it's just about Sydney, then you don't need Laurie Metcalf or Timothy Olyphant. You just need Billy and Stu and what's his name from the third one.
It's probably going to be a dream sequence.
Well,
That's the way I see
It
or
it.
could be
they're
a
going-
Billy, like Billy talking through the mirror thing too.
I think four.
Yeah,
Stu.
but is Jessica Carpenter still in it?
I don't fucking know.
Which was that?
The fucking chick that's Billy
Oh,
Loomis's kid.
Melissa, whatever.
No, yeah, Melissa
You're a
Barrera.
monster.
No.
There you go.
She's the one who was like, I don't know, she pissed off the wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Political
saying.
party.
So it wouldn't make sense for it to be Loomis because he was the one that she was the character. That
No,
was
I'm saying
having
he like when she was talking to her dad that someone could do that with Stu.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's what I'm thinking.
But there was some other ones too. I can't remember the last.
I mean, Jamie Kennedy's gonna come back 100%.
Well, see, you're like locked in on him like every time. There's been no anything about him.
I would.
If it's a Sydney
Why would
story,
they
you don't
bring-
need him.
Yeah, why would they bring him back? I don't
They've
understand.
already
I
brought him
just
back
feel
post
like-
death.
I feel like this one's gonna go crazy on the fan service.
But
I don't
no
know.
one's crying out for Jamie Kennedy though.
Oh yes, they are.
Who?
Well, I don't know if Chris is in the chat. Slash your home video. I know wants Jamie Kennedy back for one.
All right, we got one.
He's already
well,
fucking dead though. Like you could.
I'm not saying it's not stupid, but I think they're gonna bring him back. I will. You come back to this show.
I've already
After
called
we
who
reviewed it.
what I think the killer's going to be. It's going to be Sydney's husband, played by Joel McHale, who's related to fucking Stu. No, yeah, Stu, not Billy.
Okay.
That's what I'm.
Are they gonna go so lame as to have a twin gimmick?
I don't know if they're going to do that, but who's the other announcer? There's another one, not fucking everyone's favorite from Chucky, but it's another like fucking standard white guy from that era, not Joel McHale. Fucking they just announced it. Oh Jesus Christ!
Who's on Chucky? Devin Sawa?
Yeah, see, it wasn't him, but it's someone like in that.
He's in our first movie tonight.
He's in a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm so sick of fucking seeing his ass.
And that's because of Chucky. I know
Dude,
that.
Chucky ruined it for me.
I still like him, even I get it.
I like him, but like Jesus fucking Christ, dude, just leave me alone for like 2 years.
Right. Let me miss you.
Yeah, like fucking hell.
Scott Foley. That's the name of the one.
Yeah.
I can't place a face.
He was like he just
90s white guy.
Yeah, basically. Courtney Cox, Mason Gooding was announced too again. The one who plays his sister, Joel McHale. Mackenzie Grace was another one that was announced in Anna Camp. There was also another guy I could have swore that was announced after them, but
that is the killer from 3. Okay,
Scott Foley, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know
his name.
I every time like when I heard the announcement, I was thinking Dave Foley.
Now Dave Foley would be an awesome killer for Scream. I am all in for that one.
But I don't know. Still waiting for the VHS. Okay, I don't know. They made a mistake by killing Kennedy's character so early. Well, they replaced him with Kirby though, so it's like.
Yeah, Kirby's not a replacement for.
Well, no, that's what her 100% was. Her role was,
but she's not a good replacement.
I think so. She's fucking great.
Yeah, better.
See, I don't think see for me, I think killing off the character of Randy made sense because it's. I know it's the stand-in for us, but after a while that gets annoying for me. So they.
Not coming from Penettiere. Shit. Talk to me all day, bitch.
but her role's changed in that though. So now that's what what's his name's kids are doing now. So yeah, I don't understand how you bring him back. He's unless it's just another videotape that's going to look horrible and badly de-aged. I think it's pointless because they were able to do it in 3 easily because it was so close to
They're just
too.
gonna
But
AI it. They're gonna make fake movies that makes. That's how they bring them all back.
Like my whole thing when it comes to Sue's character is if I want him back, I want him back like mentoring somebody to be a fucking new killer. And like show that like his face is all fucked up. Maybe he's in a wheelchair, he can't walk anymore, and he's just this like decrepit.
Christopher Reeve in it.
Yeah.
Kids today do not understand the fact that you could. That now they know you get hit by a TV, you can survive it. Back then you couldn't. They don't get that concept.
Way differently back then.
They don't understand how fucking that would 100% kill them.
2 to 3 man to move those fucking things.
All I'm saying is I've seen people hit with fucking some horrible shit in deathmatch wrestling.
Oh yeah, they've and they've worked it so people have come back who shouldn't have before. That's fine. I mean, if we're gonna do that, I'd rather do it with him than Scott Foley. But Scott Foley didn't he get a bullet through the head? So that's not gonna. Yeah,
I'm telling you, I would just go nuts with it. Have a dog piss on some graves, and they all just come back.
Freddy style.
Nothing is explained. Just they all.
Oh, did you hear the rumor? Scary Movie 6 that they're going to be spoofing Terrifier. I mean, obviously, but the word is. Chris Elliott will be the one playing him, revising his strong.
That will be fun.
I don't know. It's a Scary Movie 2. He's the
hand guy.
Yeah,
you never watched?
As art, that would be funny.
But the idea is that like Ghostface is hiding his identity, so he has to dress as different things.
Killers.
But if Chris Elliott is playing Terrifier, I don't know how they're going to spoof it, but whatever. It'll be interesting. I could just see him being
that wave he does with the little hand would be fucking awesome. It's worth it alone.
What else do you think? I mean, Terrifier is obvious, but like, what else do you think they parody?
Well,
everything's huge.
They definitely parody Maxine, I think, or like Pearl, or like
I'm curious. You'll definitely get Ghostface is definitely fucking Maxine at some point or some. But I mean, like, I wonder what like this through story, because typically we get one movie that's the main spoof and we get everything throughout it. First one, obviously, Scream. Second one was haunted house movies.
And then the third was Signs,
yeah. So I'm wondering, like, I don't know if Terrifier is going to be the base, but I'm curious.
Well, actually, technically, what was the third? The Grudge.
The main one was Signs. That was like that was the format of the story. But there was a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it had like the Grudge, and didn't it have fucking The Ring in it too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, was it the third one or the second one have the ring? I don't even remember.
No, it was the third. It was the third.
Yeah. And after that, I have no idea. I don't remember if I even seen 4. I thought I've seen 4.
4 was War of the Worlds and Saw.
Yeah, that's where I checked out.
Yeah, 5 wasn't very good. I don't remember what the main
only missed
story was.
1. Okay.
It was 5 to 1. Wait, no, they've all had Anna Faris, even the 5th one, I think.
Oh, I didn't see the 5th one. I don't think.
Anna Faris, I think, was in all. You're getting into like the Charlie Sheen era, but
yeah. All right. Well, that's it. I just thought I'd bring it up. See, so Pugs didn't even know I figured. So
no.
All right, on to the movies.
All right,
here we go. All right, guys, we'll kick things off with a big one, just in time for the holiday for Valentine's Day. We have Hard Eyes from director Josh Rubin. And in this movie, for the past several years, the Hard Eyes killer has wreaked havoc on Valentine's Day by stalking and murdering romantic couples. This Valentine's Day, no couple is safe. All right. So, Hard Eyes, go for it, Kruger.
Yeah, I was going to say, just hot tag me in already. One thing I will say about this movie is going into it, I feel like you should know that it is goofy as fucking hell. It is super, super fucking over the top goofy. But I had a great time with it. I liked the killer. I felt for the main characters. Like, the main character's story also just, in general, like, I don't know. That shit just worked for me due to personal reasons. Let's just put it that way. But I really enjoyed the kills. I really enjoyed the Hard Eyes killer, the look, everything about him. His fucking brass knuckles machete, so badass. It's not to the level, I would say, of like Terrifier or even like Thanksgiving, which is also a Sony film. I would say Thanksgiving is like a way better slasher movie than this, but if you like campy horror and just cheesy horror, I think you're gonna have a decent amount of time with this. Just don't expect a straight up slasher or some My Bloody Valentine style thing. It's very much its own thing for what like the tone that it has. And probably the thing I think this movie does the best outside of the practical kills, because they are pretty good so far. Kill of the year with the Jack.
Yeah. That's cool.
Absolutely, so far the kill of the year. And practical too. I have to put that over. There's a lot of great practical effects in this, like 80s style practical effects that will make you happy. My biggest issues with the movie, I think, would be I think the runtime was a little too long. I think there was like some fat they could have trimmed out of it, as well as it just kind of gets predictable. So it's not predictable up until a point, and then it becomes like super like, oh fuck, okay, now I know exactly where it's going. I don't think that really hurt the movie for me, but I would have preferred them to like kind of make it a little bit less obvious on where they were going with the ending. But overall, I had a great time. I think this is, definitely one that I'm going to be revisiting over the years. And I would like a sequel, because I think Hard Eyes 2 could be interesting. And I did actually really like the two main characters, especially the way they played off each other. The girl kind of being more reserved and like, we're not a couple. And then you have this kind of like heartthrob, hopeless romantic guy that is just kind of being a good guy throughout the film that's getting shit on through the whole fucking thing. Maybe that's why I liked it.
I was going to say, very relatable.
Yeah, it fucking reminds me of my fucking goddamn life. I'm not going to lie, dude. Like, when there's one point in this where I'm like, I feel like my ex may call me after. So overall, I had a great time with it. It's not going to be for everybody. If you're into more serious slashers, you may not like it. But if you're able to just sit back, turn your brain off, have fun, don't go in thinking anything logical, because this movie, if you go in thinking with logic, you may drive yourself fucking crazy. But if you're able to do all those things, which I felt like once I knew what the movie was going for, I was able to do, I think you're going to have a great time with it. It's not going to be for everybody, but if you're a hardcore slasher fan, you're able to deal with the camp, and you want some good kills with some good gore and a good killer and some characters that you may find something relatable with, I highly recommend this movie. It's my favorite movie I've seen this year so far. That's not saying much, because I've only watched like 10 movies from this year. But I will say it's one of the better slashers to come out over the last couple of years, when it, like, maybe not that top tier like Thanksgiving or Terrifier is for me, but I would say it belongs in the list of some of the best modern slashers. And the one thing I will say out of everything is I think they do a very good job at like actually making this a modernized slasher. There's just a bunch of shit in this movie that screams this era of where we're living in that like I liked, because I feel like in 10 years we're going to be able to look back at it and it's going to make us nostalgic for
It'll feel like the era.
Yes.
I concur with that last part for sure. So big slasher fan, obviously. I have a lot of movies that, well, I didn't think this movie was good, but I had a good time watching it. And there's a lot of movies that I love that I feel the same way about. So I understand people that don't like it, but honestly, this is like a modern 80s movie. Like they did all some of the acting was fine, but a lot of it was crap. Plot kind of
On
dumb.
purpose, I feel
Yeah,
like, too.
and plot's kind of dumb, but it's lovely. I don't know. The kills were pretty freaking cool, so I was able to forgive a lot. The who Hard Eyes ends up being, honestly, I didn't really care. So that didn't touch any feelings at all. But at that point, I didn't really give a shit because I was having a good time watching all these people fucking die. I love the way Hard Eyes looks. What is it? HEK? Like BTK?
Yeah.
That was cool as shit.
Yeah.
So,
Popped hard for that.
yeah. I love the leading lady. She
The
rocks.
killer never erotic asphyxiates themselves, though. That's like the one thing. Like we needed that.
Well, it did not BTK. It's just, anyway.
Yeah, you needed it.
No, you wanted it. It's not necessary. There is some like blasphemous stuff that I thought was pretty cool. Like they I don't know. It's not a good movie, but I had a fucking great time watching it. So I'm gonna rewatch this around the lovely dovey holiday bullshits because we don't have that many of those. Is it up there with like My Bloody Valentine? No, but obviously it's like a little cousin or like a distant cousin nephew thing. Yeah, it's fine. I don't think you need to go out to the theater to see this. I don't think it's worth the trip. But that one kill might be. So it's up to you. I think it's okay.
Okay. Todd. Oh, me. All right. So I know this director, he had made Scare Me and Werewolves Within, so has a history with comedy. And this one's definitely leans harder on the comedy than I was expecting. In fact, you could even go as far as to say it's a comedy horror rather than a horror comedy.
It's a romantic comedy horror, if you want to be specifically accurate.
It goes very hard on that. And we do get a gnarly opening with the killer. Some good gore for sure. There's at least a handful that I thought were really, really good. But there's a portion of this movie where the killer's not really in it. We spend a good deal of time being a rom-com. That's not a bad thing. I just can see a lot of people going into this thinking like, I like my slashers being a little more serious with, sprinkles of humor. There might be a little too much humor for some people. I thought more or less most of the gags landed for me. There's a moment with the sex toy that I thought was actually really funny and kind of cracked me up.
Yes.
Yeah, that I thought was really funny. And there were a few groaners too that weren't necessarily that well written, but overall, I did have a good time. I think it's a good one if you do have a date, go with your date because I think this one plays well with the dates. But I still had a good time. I think the maybe some pacing issues, like Pug said, it's not a fantastic movie, but it is entertaining. And another thing that I like in slashers, and I've seen some recently, some good, some bad, but they don't do a good job on the cat and mouse element. I like a little bit of a chase, and this does a good job of that. It's not just the kill for me, it's the buildup, it's the chase. And I thought this did a good job. As far as like the reveal, not
Scooby-Doo was a good comparison earlier.
Absolutely. It was 100% a Scooby-Doo reveal.
Yeah. It's definitely a Scooby-Doo reveal. Maybe I prefer that in Scooby-Doo, but I was fine with it. Some good acting. Actually, some of the Jordana Brewster I thought was really good in this. She gets a lot of like nothing roles at times. Like she's just the girlfriend in Fast and the Furious and whatnot, but she's a pretty good actress. Devon Sawa. He was
funny.
He was funny.
One thing I will say about this movie too, it had heavy giallo vibes to it in certain aspects. I feel like, especially when it came to the cops, and then some of the whodunit aspects, and also some the cheesiness. I wouldn't be surprised if this director watched a bunch of giallos before he made this movie,
or he just watched Scream. It could be either or, because.
It goes harder than
Scream's basically a giallo though too, so that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Scream is the giallo. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
it goes harder than Scream in the gore department, so that's good. I wasn't too sure what to expect. I really kind of thought, I was like, okay, this is yeah.
Well, I didn't see any of the trailers before. I managed to escape them, so they ignored the comedy aspects in the trailer and just made
They made it look like it was a straight slasher.
But you know what? I get it for marketing. Like, if you make it look like a comedy, you're going to turn people off. They could have marketed as they should have done 2 trailers and a romantic comedy one. For
you know what did kind of remind me of a little bit is Yule Log 2, where they're like kind of going into the Hallmark aspect of a Christmas movie. This kind of felt like they were going into the Hallmark aspect of a Valentine's Day film.
More traditional romantic comedy than the shitty Hallmark ones, though.
Yeah,
well, more comedy for sure, but like it you get what I'm saying. It felt similar to what they were trying to go for.
I think the silliness is going to turn some people off. I don't know that this is going to replace either My Bloody Valentine movie.
It will never.
But here's my question. This is the question I was going to ask. But does it replace Valentine? Is it above it?
I see that's a good question, because I haven't watched Valentine in about 2 years. So I would need to revisit it. But as I was watching it, I was wondering, because I definitely wouldn't put this over My Bloody Valentine or the remake. Right. Those two are like my favorite when it comes. I mean, fuck, dude. My Bloody Valentine, the original, is like legit one of my favorite movies in general. Fuck holidays, anything. I watch that movie fucking maybe 2-3 times a fucking year. But when it comes to Valentine's Day horror, this belongs in. We don't have a lot, and this is at least a good one. And it's not just some like garbage bullshit that got thrown in there. So I don't know if I put it over Valentine, but it's definitely gorier than Valentine for sure.
I'm also putting it above. I'd put it above Valentine too.
Yeah, I probably would too. I haven't really watched Valentine in a long time, but
I love that movie.
But I know that one's
also one of the first DVDs I bought.
I was gonna say, I bet there's a lot of nostalgia for your age range too.
It was a snap.
If you watch that one now, that another time snap of an era, that one is also and same. Oh yeah. So I guess the Valentine's ones are hitting that right at least. Because both My Bloody Valentines are like, you feel like the era they're filmed in. So,
well, the other thing too with Valentine is it's very Scream, like it's super Scream-esque.
This one is too, very much so.
I would say but like I feel like Valentine's more reserved.
That's the one thing I would have gone away with. Hard Eyes Killer should have just been like the minor, and we didn't need all backstory. I would have rather just had that's my one thing. I think
Harry Warren had a backstory though.
It did, but I mean,
you just wanted a better one.
I want to get into the reveal and spoilers and have a discussion about that, because I have a theory on what they were going for, which actually is kind of fucking funny, and maybe that's what made it work better for me. It's like this headcanon I have in my head of why the director did what he did. But overall, I mean, I really think Barney said, yeah, go ahead, Pugs.
Barney likes beer. This had way more of a Valentine Day atmosphere than My Bloody Valentine.
I'm not going to argue that, because like you have more.
It's not in the mind.
Well, yeah, it's not in the mind, and you don't have people just making out and hanging out. Like you have people going to dinner and fucking having the romantic bullshit.
You know what the remake has that this doesn't?
Tits. I knew that was coming. That's the one.
But your meat paws the fuck away.
Even in the van, we didn't get boobs.
Yes, we got boobs in the van.
We didn't see any titties.
You know what? I'm going to have to take Dan's word on this. Him being a fucking pervert.
I don't remember.
But like, I think I saw boobs.
Maybe you saw side boob, and I'm not even.
I'm pretty sure I saw hippie titties.
I'm going to check. I'm going to go to the interwebs, and we're going to solve this eventually. But do we want to rate it, or do you want me to look up boobs first?
No, let's rate it first.
Well, I might give it another half star if there's a titty. I mean, I could have looked down. I didn't use the bathroom during the movie, but I'm quite
certain. You're looking down at your dick within your hand.
Well, sometimes you got to tuck it back, You're in
The only
public.
thing I see in this is into the kids in mind parents guide. A woman wears a tight fitting sweater that reveals the outline of her breasts. And
Get the fuck out of here. We got Beaver in the My Bloody Valentine remake.
There-
Skimpy dress.
there-
Woo,
yeah,
hot.
it says in the van there's a couple having cowgirl for 5 seconds. They are interrupted and no nudity at all.
No, okay.
There you go. Do not question me on titties, sir. In the olden days, I would challenge you to a duel for that.
And you would die. So shut the fuck up.
I would, but I would
Let's let him
die.
have
with
the
honor.
win. He
So what do
doesn't
we?
get- he
So
doesn't
what
get
do we?
much.
Okay, so there's no titties to interfere with your rating, Dan. What do you give it?
I give this one a 3. It's fun, and I think it will be even more fun if you take a date in that mindset. Yeah.
That's when you get to do the popcorn trick. So obviously more fun.
Fuck yeah.
Bugs, what are you doing?
I'm gonna give this a 3.5 out of 5. I know I'm gonna rewatch this several times.
Yes. Still
Kruger?
picking the kernels out of my pubes. You
He
started.
uses the hot butter for lube, I guess.
Yeah, you definitely have like a smelly cock, dude. Like, fucking anyway.
You got me with that one, dude. High five.
4 stars for me. I really, really liked it a lot, and maybe partly is because I see myself in one of the characters, and I'm like, God damn it, bitch, just love him.
I'm gonna give this 4 smelly free cocks. 4 for
Watch
me.
that thing.
All right, Jesus Christ.
All right. So let us know in the comments if
That Dune bucket.
you would watch that thing again. All right. So up next, we have an action comedy from writer director Jason Kraukwicks. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. But in this movie, Don't Mess with Grandma, which is also known as Sunset Superman, we follow.
They should have went with that.
That was the OG title.
Dio.
A drunk army ranger must fight off the vicious robbers who plan to loot the cabin belonging to his sweet, oblivious grandma. So this director, Jason Kraukwicks, if you're unfamiliar with his name, he did He Never Died with Henry Rollins and the follow-up She Never Died. That's kind of what he's known for. And
We never got that. They never die. Huh?
we never got that. Yeah, there was some issue with that. I think it got canceled or something. I can't remember.
Gross. Ben Grimm says it's like a jungle in there. He'll be finding kernels for days.
Oof.
So buttery.
Then it gets so hot.
God damn it.
Then it gets so hot in his crotch, he gets random pops.
Fuck yeah.
Just
Friction
like
Chad.
fucking popcorn and stuck in his foreskin and shit.
He's doing his jogs. Pop, pop.
If you're clapping cheeks and you can actually like get like popcorn flying out, fuck yeah. I don't think that's ever been done in an
All right.
adult film.
All right.
You need to try it, Dan. Now go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Apologies
Damn
to
it.
Tubi.
Damn it, Ben. You derailed our professional show here.
Yes. Apologies to Tubi. We're gonna talk about your movie.
Grandma likes popcorn in the
Popcorn chowder.
So as you guys can imagine, this is again no horror to be had here. This is an action comedy. I love Michael Jai White. I've been a fan of his for years. I always felt like he should be a bigger, more mainstream action star than he is. I mean,
Trauma alum.
Trauma alum. I was gonna say Toxic Avenger.
Spawn.
2.
I don't care
Yeah.
what anybody has to say. Spawn is awesome.
He's very good in Spawn, but also Black Dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
you
yeah.
know, yeah, lots of great martial arts flicks. Michael Jai White's the man. He still is.
But
But
for-
we also,
Bronze Tiger. Fuck yeah.
we also get Billy Zane in this, so that's
Yeah, which is funny as I'm watching. I was like, is Billy Zane ever going to show up? I didn't realize it was him.
it's
I
him.
didn't realize it was him either.
So this one's like again very, very, very goofy. The reasoning for trying to break in this cabin's kind of wonky.
so
Especially,
stupid.
yeah, especially to have like a whole like small army
Gambit?
essentially trying to break in. was kind of goofy. It doesn't matter. I mean, this movie works just having Michael Jai White try and basically just fuck up a small army while not alerting his grandma so she gets scared. Like that's the story.
Grandma, motherfucker, get it right.
Yeah.
There you go. But as you can expect, there's some good fight choreography, particularly with Michael Jai White. I love Rufus the dog.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes is when one of the invaders tries to go in through the bathroom,
and he just
the dog just fucking tears him apart. It's played for laughs, but there's like a point because the dog didn't like Michael Jai White, but he bonds with it throughout the movie. And it's like, I'm pretty sure I didn't kill anybody. Can't say the same for you, Rufus. And his like face is covered in blood. I had a lot of fun with this one. I thought this was actually a good time. It's kind of a good double with the Retirement Plan with Nick Cage. That's kind of what I thought when I was watching it. Like just kind of a good one to go together. Again, kind of like stupid reasoning for them, and they're all very polite and don't attack them all at the same time. Logically, this movie's pretty dumb, but I had a good time. How about you guys? Who wants to go?
For me, I love Michael Jai White, and the fact that he was playing a gay, like punk rocker metal character kind of just tickled me, because like, I don't know, his vest and everything, and just I haven't seen that very often, where because I know people like that, and it kind of cracked me up when like he's beating the shit out of this non-binary person, and then it's just like, oh well, they're kind of cute, and like starts flirting with them a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen that side of Michael Jai White, which I actually like kind of enjoyed, because it just shows that he's down for whatever, and I appreciate that. The movie overall, like, I had a very close relation and similar relationship with my grandparents when it came to this, like where nobody fucking wants to help them out. I'm always there fucking having to fix the goddamn sink, and then they're telling me I'm doing it wrong. Like it played in to just shit with my own personal life that like made me enjoy it. But at the end of the day, like, I won't say this movie's great. I did have fun with it. I did like it. It is very, very stupid at times. It gets dumb as fuck. Ryback.
So you could have had him trying.
Yeah, you should have. And I wish Michael Jai White would have stiffed that son of a bitch in the fucking face. That's neither here nor there. Probably the thing I like the most about it, other than Michael Jai White playing this gay character that's also this badass, is his relationship with his grandma and the dog. The dog is Rufus is the fucking man, dude, because you get to see like Michael Jai White over time bond with killing people, beating the shit out of killing people with Rufus.
It's not an overly bloody movie, but I like the fact that they made it really gory when he just like kills.
Dude, when Rufus fucking tears that fucker apart, dude, that whole bathroom looked like a
he walks in there and then just a look on
then he makes Grandma fucking blood, for fuck's sake. Like that
red raspberry.
That was great. And she's like smelling the soap. She's like, you don't smell like that. The movie's fun. I'm never probably gonna ever watch it again.
I can't make that promise.
But I will say, when it comes to Tubi movies, one of the better ones I have seen. And,
is that because you saw the Raven Banner logo?
No, definitely not. I actually I liked it enough to not be mad at it. Let's just put it that way. And like, there's another movie on tonight that we're going to talk about that pissed me the fuck off because I had to watch it. So.
I think Bugs knows too.
Well, for me, this is short bus entertainment at its finest. This is fucking stupid, but I enjoyed myself the entire time. Obviously, love Jai White, Rufus, MVP of the whole fucking movie. Grana, annoying, but I love her to death too. Like everything that they did, dumb, but it's just fun to watch. I love the fact that he's unapologetically one of Dio's biggest fans. Like,
Dude, holy diver!
Yeah, this is dumb, but I can't make that promise I'll never watch it again because it's that comforting. Like, I don't know. There's something so charming about this that I can forgive how stupid it is because I want to get that over. It's dumb, but it's enjoyable, so I can't shit on it too much. And it's
not my kind of stupid. I did not have fun with this.
Okay.
Really, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I was kind of like
the metal music also probably won Kruger and I over. That probably didn't help for you.
It does make
Dio
no difference to
sure.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, I even around the ending, like, did I miss something? I feel like this is just a mess. It just didn't hit for me. I didn't hate it, but I was like,
You could have had a better reason for them all trying to break into this cabin. But the goofy tone, I could kind of overlook.
it felt like it was trying to be a bad movie instead of being one. So like it didn't work for me. Like it was just trying to be. I don't know. I didn't
I
like.
thought it was trying to be good.
I think like one issue too is like you did have at least a couple actual badasses there, particularly towards the end. The non-binary character obviously could fight, so it's like, why don't you all just flood into that house?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That
was my whole thing. Is like, motherfucker,
They were a bunch of pussies, though. Like
Yeah,
that's why they didn't do it.
Maybe they were all firefighters.
Oh, okay, I was gonna. You know what? Never mind.
That was a Halloween
Yes.
joke. Okay, for anyone who didn't get that out there. Yeah.
I kind of thought at some point we might see the grandma like come out with like a bunch of machine guns and just start killing people.
Why the
See,
fuck not?
that's
It might have won me over with that.
That's kind of what I wanted. I wanted Grandma to just be like, you know what? Fuck you, motherfuckers, trying to come in my house and fucking just chop.
Not my grandbaby.
Yeah. But also, like, dude, like her relationship with him, I swear to God, that's me, and that was me and my nana. She was just like, you can't fix the sink, blah blah blah. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm trying, god damn it. Give me, you know what? I'm coming to take more of your whiskey out of your cabinet, god damn it. So I fell for Michael J. White's character because I fucking a bit. And then when you get to the ending, you're just like, motherfucker.
My favorite part of the ending, though, was him and the dog bonding. Like that slight spoiler, but that's just too heartwarming. I can't.
Thank God they didn't. By the way, they don't kill the dog. I'm just gonna. That may be a spoiler. I don't give a shit. They don't kill the dog. They tease it, and that would have changed the whole fucking thing for me.
I agree.
It's a small moment, but I thought it was really funny when he like was reading the book his grandmother had. Flat out, like, flat out erotica, and then there's like a callback to it, and he's like, "Well, Nana, enjoy your pornography." Yeah, no,
That sucks, Todd. I'm sad. I thought you would have got some enjoyment out of it.
I was tickled that Michael J. White was playing this character that I've never seen him ever go into that realm with anything.
Oh, he's a diverse actor.
No,
like,
and I think he's very good. Like he, anytime he pops up in any horror movies, I am thrilled. Black Friday, for example, which was probably like the best one that he's been in recently. He's fucking awesome. Like he's fucking the shit in that movie, and I just think overall, like he is a very underrated actor. I wish he was utilized more.
Also, I couldn't find the actress's age that plays his grandma, but Michael J. White is closing in on 60. So
hey man, black don't crack. Black don't crack. He looked like he was fucking at like 30, so he's fine.
Those close-ups, you can see a little bit of the wrinkles, but like zoom out a little bit, I can't tell.
Yeah.
This looks like a
Pugs. I'm 29. Look at this shit. Come on.
Go
different reasons, sir.
Go dive into some of his filmography. I mean, the Undisputed sequels.
Undisputed is great. I love those films.
Yeah, Blood and Bone, I think, was one. There's a lot of really good martial
Whatever
arts.
one he did with Kimbo and Rampage was actually very good too. I remember renting that at Hollywood Video.
That sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Future Hood approved.
Shit, I'll be on that, dude. Any Hood MMA movies, count me in. I'm fucking.
There we go.
I love them shits.
I've never seen any of them, so I'm welcome to be introduced to the
Dude,
genre.
we gotta find the fucking. Well, this may be not Hood, just MMA, but we gotta find the Sakuraba and Rampage Jackson Japanese movie. That fucking movie is killer. I again, another one I rented at Hollywood Video when I was all into MMA and shit. But good stuff.
All right, do we want to rate this one?
Let's rate it. You know what? Like, I'm a 3. If they could have tightened up the script a little bit, I would have been maybe a 3.5. But I'm a 3. I had a good time with this. Again, Tubi originals. You never know. This, I would say, was a fun one.
I am a 3 out of 5.
I am a 2.5 out of 5, but that's a strong average, and mainly because it doesn't like get super gory. But I liked it enough, and if you have Tubi, fucking watch this thing. Like it's totally worth your time.
Okay.
I am a 2. It was didn't work for me. So
Okay. All right. Don't mess with grandma. Let's see what we got up next. We have from writer-director Pedro
How is this
Cristiani.
not main eventing? What the fuck?
Not main eventing. And the director was in the chat tonight. So
Yeah,
shout
I
out.
hope he's still here.
Oh,
Lean back,
yeah.
sir.
You don't just talk about dicks, Pedro. It's all good. We're ready to talk about your movie, which is dick free. So yes,
I'll
from
be sucking
writer
pretty hard. So
from writer director Pedro Cristiani, we have Deus Irae, and in this film, hold on, I actually had a better description here. Father Javier lives a fractured existence. On one side, he helps families who've witnessed miracles, and on the other, he belongs to a trio of excommunicated priests who hunt the possessed down to exorcise them under their own terms, with Bibles, fire, and shotguns. So this is an Argentinian horror film. 2023, When Evil Lurks, was my favorite horror film of that year. And this one, I think, is sliding under the radar, but I think I saw 2 hands, so whoever wants to go
Kruger.
first.
Well, I was the reason why you motherfuckers even know about this movie.
Correct,
so.
Mundo.
This felt like a good episode of 30 Monedas, which I know none of you
still haven't done
motherfuckers
it, damn
have
it.
watched, and you need to get on it because
30 coins.
Yes,
I've seen it.
you did. Well,
I
the
haven't.
last time we talked about this, you didn't. Do you watch the whole thing?
I have not watched the whole thing, but I have
Okay.
seen it.
Did you watch the first season?
I did not.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, it is very similar to that tone. It feels like it belongs in the 30 Monedas universe, which pops me because that's like legit one of my favorite shows I've watched over the recent years. It's not perfect, and there is a little bit of this movie that does drag, but overall, like, I love the characters. I love this, like, I don't even know what you call them, this X-Files team that is coming in to, attack these demons. This just worked for me. So many good practical effects from start to finish as well. They didn't just, leave it up for like a grand finale. You have finger fucking tips being cut off, fingernails flying up, all types of crazy shit happening throughout this film. The demons looked amazing. The skeleton fucking
Hellraiser-esque.
yeah, the skeleton
Practical effects, too.
That's what I already said. The skeleton fucking spider thing was so fucking badass. I love the guy with the Jesus mask and everything
Yes.
about this character.
That was very creepy. That was very creepy.
It reminded me of a mixture between 30 Monedas and fucking Beelzebub or whatever that movie. The movie with fucking Jigsaw. Yeah, Tobin Bell with all the tattoos and shit.
Good opening scene.
Because there's an entity in that movie that like literally is a body of Christ that is talking to them, and it just hit. This is what I like when it comes to blasphemous religious horror. And I highly recommend it to anybody that enjoyed Beelzebub or fucking 30 Monedas, because it's very similar in tone, and I think it's great. I am enthralled that I finally got to see this. I'm kind of pissed off I didn't get to see it before the end of the year, but I want a sequel. I think there's a bunch. Please. I think there's a bunch of lore to go into when it comes to this movie too, that just could be really interesting. And I really like the characters. The priest character, again, back to 30 Monedas. In 30 Monedas, the main priest character is a very flawed, struggled character, and they play into that very well on this, as well as just the weird X-Files team that's going in and attacking these demons. There's a lot you can do in this world. I love this world. I want more of it. Again, not a perfect horror film by any means, but a fucking goddamn good one if you're into that type of religious, blasphemous horror. And if you love gore and practical effects, fucking this also delivers tenfold with that. More than most films did last year. So I give this director all the credit. I don't think they've done much. If this may have, I don't
first
have
feature film.
Yeah, so it is. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it is their first feature, which is a strong ass showing for your first film. I can't sing the praises enough. Again, my rating may not like reflect on how much I'm praising it, because I know it's not perfect and I know there's like some issues with it, but when it comes to Screambox, dude, like this is one of the better Screambox movies I've seen in a hot minute. So press play, because this definitely fell under the radar. It came out like, I think it was like the second week of December, and just nobody talked about it. So I really think this is one that people that fell under the radar. But if you're into this type of thing, you are going to have a great time. So don't sleep on DEUS IRAE at all.
And I want to throw a correction out from Dan. This is a Screambox exclusive, not a Screambox original.
Oh,
so
my
just
bad.
like
Yeah, sorry.
I corrected it in the description, but I forgot to tell you that.
My bad. Pugs, what did you think?
Well, first off, let me thank Kruger for bringing this to the table. And then let me thank Pedro for fucking making this thing. Instantly one of my favorite movies. I'll just throw that out there. All the imagery that is put on screen is like straight from my brain. Like, you found what I like. The Jesus thing, the man, holy fucking shit, that was cool as hell. And then when it's like cracks open a little bit, I'm like, this is metal as fuck. I don't do drugs, but I want to try heroin now. And I don't know if that's a good thing for I don't think that's a positive thing, but that looks so fucking cool.
Yeah, don't try heroin, Bugs.
No, but I want the paraphernalia.
You don't do drugs? Liar.
I don't do hard drugs. How about that?
You don't do illegal drugs.
There we go. But this one made me want the paraphernalia at minimal. Holy shit! How cool is that crap? The demons, the practical effects, the people, like these characters that these people are playing. I am so interested. I had no downtime. Kruger, I think you said there's like a little lull there for you. I didn't feel that at all. So I'm stoked as shit. I really don't have anything negative to say about this movie other than I'm sad I missed it in 2023. But this more than likely will be my discovery of the year at the end of the year when we do the top 25 movies. Blown away. I've seen it 3 times now, and I have super like my time is fucked. But I wanted to make sure I felt what I felt, and I feel strongly about this. This shit fucking rules.
Yeah.
Please check this out. This is awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I had to watch it twice to make sure that I liked it as much as I did too.
Yeah, dude. There's barbed wire, like everything we love is in this. So yes, high recommendation from me.
All right. So Deus Irae, I should have said, although it should seem pretty obvious if you have read the book, this is not based on the Philip K. Dick book. I loved the blending of sort of Christian religious horror meets
With Lovecraft. Yeah.
Meets Lovecraft, and the fucking visuals in this are so haunting. I mean, you guys touched on a lot of it, but the Christ masked character was just disturbing, and some of the things that it was saying I thought came off so well.
And the body of Christ scene too, dude.
Yeah, I've said it before. Like, religious horror, when it comes out of America, can be very just been there, done that, and boring. But if you take a shot at it, and again, this blends the Lovecraftian stuff, so that makes it even more fresh. Like, you can still make it work. The not just specifically the gore, just the imagery in general. There is certainly gore in this movie, but like, just it felt like I was inside like the worst nightmare imaginable.
It's like the cover of a Slayer album.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and I don't know like what kind of budget the director was working with. Obviously, it wasn't very high, and it's something that, you know, a lot of American filmmakers could learn from. What he pulls off is just amazing. I was drawn into this. I couldn't look away. It is one of those movies, I feel, for a lot of you out there, you may want to watch it a couple times, which is a good thing, because you may not kind of totally get what it's going for. But yeah, this film is fucking amazing. Argentina is a region where, I mean, again, not getting maybe a ton of horror films, but we're getting a lot of damn good ones.
Dude, we got
Argentina.
I was just gonna say Venus from a couple of years ago.
Fuck yeah.
It kind of like it reminded me of like the feeling I got when I watched that movie. Granted, I think Venus is a lot better, but like it's very much like in a similar tone.
I mean, Argentina, Chile, we get some good stuff, but you know, Turkey, again, you gotta look abroad for some good stuff. And this one kicked my ass. Like, I really fucking love this. Movies like this don't tend to be scary, and this one is legitimately fucking scary and disturbing. I hope to see there being more of this. I hope he does a trilogy or something, because I think there's a lot of opportunity. Some of the non-linear storytelling, again, for some people, you may want to watch this one a few times, and I think you'll get even more out of it on repeated viewings. Also wanted to throw out Pablo Isola. Great music, great score in this one. This is what I love about horror, and not enough people are talking about this. So hopefully there's a little bit of a spotlight now, because go out of your way to fucking see this movie. It is fantastic.
I just want to say, you brought up Turkish horror. Our buddy John Evernall, his next movie should be coming out pretty fucking soon.
We'll have to have him back on.
Yeah. Dude, I've been trying. He's so busy. Like, he's become like this like powerhouse when it comes to Turkish filmmaking, when it comes to commercials and fucking TV and everything.
Well, double up Deus Irae with Baskin.
Yeah. Oh, dude, fucking perfect, right? Like that fits right in. Todd.
I know this is not your type of movie, Todd.
Yeah. We'll see how you feel on this.
I actually just hoping you would have skipped over me. Really strong visuals. The visuals alone are worth watching. The religion,
just not your cup of tea. I know.
The religion. You know how I am with religion, and this was super religious.
But
So-
the added
But it's
Lovecraftian in it.
blasphemous.
It was, but it wasn't just blasphemy for the sake of blasphemy. This is a smart movie. I get that. It's just the fact that the religion doesn't connect to me like at all. It like actually is a deterrent for me.
Hmm.
So I thought like the imagery was awesome. I mean, that alone, I mean, it's definitely worth watching. Just me with my lack of religion. Yeah, that's my only issue. Like I'm just gonna go straight into the ratings since that's right. Like I'm a 3 on visuals alone. Like this is, I mean, it's yeah. So and I get why you guys are so high and are going to be, and I know you guys loved it. It's just that was my only thing. It didn't really connect with me with the religious aspect because I you know how I am. But I think it's it's a well-made picture, just not the time I typically go for. So
I would go as far before we rate it. Just I would go. Well, you did, but I just want to say one last thing. If you get more than a handful of films of this quality out of Argentina, we could be looking at an Italian horror style boom from that country. That is how much I fucking love this movie.
Well, I feel like just in general, anything from Argentina has been very strong for me, at least.
Yeah,
over
we
the
need
last
more
couple
of it.
years. We had Welcome to Hell a couple of years ago that like completely blew me.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, for me, that movie blew me the fuck away, because it just hit all the black metal fucking notes, and again, blasphemous as fuck. Also, with Argentina horror, we had What the Waters Left Behind. I know Todd, you're not big on those, but
I like the first one better than the second.
You liked the first one, Todd.
He was mid on the first one, and then
I'm weird when it comes to chainsaw ripoffs. It was It's like when you try to do trauma. Sometimes I'm a little too hard on that too.
You like what you like.
Yeah. So, but what do you give this one, Dan?
I give this one 5 stars. I think it's fucking fantastic.
Pugs?
5 out of 5. If I can go higher, I would.
Well, I am not nearly that high, but I am a 3.5 with a lot of room to grow.
Grab your crucifix. That high can be fixed.
But I watched this movie. Then I told you guys about it, and I watched it again before a review, and that's more than I can say for a lot of the fucking movies from last year or just in general. I can see myself like really growing on this one, maybe getting to a 4, but for now, 3.5 out of 5. But anything this fucking guy does, this director, you're the shit. You definitely like play right into what I like when it comes to religious horror. So I'm excited to see what you do next.
Let's get some t-shirts and some figures. I want that. Take my goddamn money.
Oh, the Jesus figure? I would fucking
yeah.
Can you imagine?
Okay, I'd buy that too.
Can you imagine making that as a spirit animatronic?
Oh my god,
Jesus. And he's like ripping half of his face off.
We could make this.
Like you got the kids walking into the
pulling the
store,
body of Christ
on the thing, and it just starts doing that weird. I would keep it in the language. I would not change it. It would be even.
If anything, though, I will say if you are like me and you love practical effects, don't sleep on this movie. Please go watch it because it has some of the coolest demon effects I've seen in recent years.
It doesn't feel like a modern movie, and that's not in
that sense at all.
Yeah, the effects, like I said, could be an Italian horror boom for.
If Uncle Frank happened to stumble in one of those scenes, I'm like, you know what? That makes perfect sense to me. Like that's how visually cool that shit is.
It's very Hellraiser inspired. I could see.
Yeah. Loved it. Fucking loved it.
All right. Well, we got a slasher up next. And I'll talk a little bit about this one after I read the description. But it's called Piglet, and it's from director Andrea M. Cantinella. And in this film, on Kate's 21st birthday camping trip, her friends encounter Piglet, a monstrous human-pig hybrid who brutally murders one of them. They uncover Piglet's origins, and Kate must confront her past to survive the relentless killer. Now, I want to make a couple note.
Well, yeah, that description is inaccurate.
It is inaccurate. This is not connected to the Pooniverse. Now, it's confusing because there are people that worked on that. I know our star Alina Desmond was in Winnie the Pooh 2, and there's some crossover, but it's not connected to the Pooniverse.
Yeah,
and you're right, they lied. This is a dude in a mask. It's not Piglet.
Yeah,
so
and everybody thinks it's a part of the Pooniverse too, and I'm like, no, like when I was looking at reviews on Letterboxd, everybody fucking just automatically assumed, which it's not.
Yeah, well,
it does rip it the fuck off though. Holy fucking shit!
It does rip it off, and you're gonna get a lot of that. I mean, we're going on like.
That's the danger of using a public domain product. If it hits.
But here's my thing. It rips off, like I'm just gonna say this movie pissed me off because it ripped off scene per scene on some shit from fucking Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 1.
These UK based slashers, it almost feels like an AI script. It's group of girls go out into a house in the woods and mass killer. I mean, it's very cookie cutter in terms of the script. I mean, a lot of slashers are, but like they're if you've watched some of the really low budget Scott Jeffries stuff, it's close. Now, I will say one thing for this versus those films, there's at least an attempt. It's not an entirely successful attempt, but there's an attempt to make this a little more lively. There is some gore, unfortunately, with a lot of CGI blood splurts that weren't even necessary. I would have just taken like, hey, cut back. You don't have to show blood there. It's better than having this splurting blood. And there is some skin in this, but also a weird clothed shower scene. So like you do get some kids, which a lot of those movies just didn't do. That we
like just get the other one who showed her titties. Just have her take the shower, dumbass. That's not that hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, obviously one actress didn't want to do it, but like,
you don't want to do it. Okay, those are her lines now. Bring the ones who's gonna.
Yeah, I'm like, don't have a girl showering in her fucking underpants. It's so stupid. Yeah, but there's an attempt to make it. This movie is watchable. Like, it's not great, but it is watchable at times. I think the killer looks cool. Again, even though they kind of hinted him being mutated from experiments, like he's just a guy in a mask. He's not.
Well, and that's
Michael Myers.
Well, and that was my biggest problem with the fucking goddamn movie is that they're playing like he's this mutant.
He just finds the pig mask and
like what the fuck is that? Like you could have had him take the fucking burlap sack off and just show the pig mask.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I would have been fine if we just cut out him finding a mask and he is just a mutated pig looking dude.
That would have been so much more interesting. And
then he looks cool. He does look cool. I'll give it that.
I wouldn't even say that. Like, it's the same shit that was in Blood and Honey 1. Like, it's literally legit the same mask.
Yeah.
I'd like it. But I love fucking Motel Hell. Anytime you have a fucking big killer with a pig face.
Motel Hell fucking makes this movie look like, Motel Hell is a Oscar-winning fucking movie compared to
it.
This.
Should be anyway, sir.
I've watched a lot of the Scott Jeffries stuff, produced stuff, and this is better than a lot of those. I will give it that. Like, it at least managed.
There are worse. That's yes.
Yeah, this one's not as bland. And that's one thing that I think they kind of caught on, especially with Winnie the Pooh blowing up now. Like, throw me a little skin, throw me a little gore. This is, not high art that you're trying to make. So, just give us a little bit. This does at least give us that. And
for me, this was a fine one-time watch. I don't really need to revisit this. Watching these pretty girls get slaughtered, I'm in. He showed enough boobs where I'm like, okay. I totally forgot about the clothes shower scene, but that's not going to impact
all
my rating at all.
Girls too.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, this is great. But I would love to see all of these bitches murdered. Yeah, I guess like definitely room for improvement, but I'm right down the middle. It's fine. If you want to press play, press play. If you don't, if that cover and what we say are not turning you on, it's not going to be for you. So
There's
by all means.
there's like you'll get like a decent kill, like the hook through the throat.
Yeah, but then that was fucking ruined with CGI. So
Slash home video. Imagine your movie not being good enough for the Pooniverse.
Hey, I like Peter Pan a lot, and I like the last Winnie the Pooh movie a lot.
Dude, the last Winnie the Pooh movie was the shit. Like, it was awesome. This was not. I fucking hated this movie with a passion. I thought the superhuman bullshit that they fucking had at the fucking very end of the film just like solidified my hate for it because I was just like, at that point, this is fucking dumb. The kills suck. Like, maybe the kill to the throat was all right, or it actually wasn't
the cheek.
It was the cheek, yeah.
Yeah,
like they didn't show the cheek rip off, and then they just put CGI blood all over it, and I'm like, all right, fuck off then.
I knew that first squirt of CGI blood I was like, Kurt's not gonna be happy.
I didn't and the stabbing when he's breaking out of the fucking SWAT car.
Did you not like that awesome decapitation at the end?
Like, I didn't care for this movie at all. It just felt like a cheap buy-in when it comes to the fact that, that we have Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movies. This guy fucking took about $20 and was like, all right, let's go make our fucking movie.
That's good old B movie making. I can't hate on the hustle. That's my thing. It's
not more effort.
I don't give a shit about the hustle. Go ahead and make your fucking money. But when it comes to my entertainment as a horror fan, this movie fucking blows cock. So I don't care for it. I didn't think it was good. I felt like they fucking played. They literally rip at least 3 scenes. At least 3. If not, maybe more. Straight from Blood and Honey 1. Which pissed me the fuck off.
I want the Eeyore emo slasher next.
Yeah, well, wait till next week. You don't know what's loaded in the dock. Kruger, you may be wishing for Piglet next week because we got Mouse of Horrors coming up.
That's fine. I'll deal with all the bullshit slashers.
I'm waiting for the Popeye ones. God damn it!
Yeah, the Popeye ones. Also, Screambox. Didn't you send me some shit? Isn't there like a double of like that one Mickey movie and then Screambox after?
No,
something Willie. I Heart Willie.
Screambox Willie. Oh, I Heart Willie's the other one, right?
Yeah.
And then Mouse of Horrors.
Which is the one that's got the one day showing on the 26th?
I Heart Willie.
Screambox. Oh, I Heart Willie.
Yeah.
On what day is
that?
Yeah,
the one with the Willie guy without his shirt.
Okay, and that's this month, the 26th.
Yes.
I think it was the 26th.
Okay,
I put it in my calendar as soon as you said it. I didn't see tickets available yet.
All right, well, we'll keep an eye on that then.
But for me, like, I already have Blood and Honey. I don't need a Piglet fucking side movie that sucks like 3 times worse than the first Blood and Honey movie. And that's where I felt like this was. And also the fact that it just ripped it off pissed me off even more. On top of the CGI blood, the shitty acting. I will say there was a good pair of tits in it, but outside of that,
good pair of tits.
I had nothing to have fun with when it came to this film. And the ending legit made me pissed off. I was like, we're going with a superhuman fucking angle? Fuck you.
Slash home video. Is this UK?
Yes.
It's ITN, so... Well, isn't it also the same company for Winnie the Pooh also?
They're UK also, right?
Yeah, it's ITN distributes them too. So they're still getting paid. That's probably why the description says that. Because they're trying to lump it in with the other.
Yeah, no, they want people to think it's a part of the Pooniverse.
Absolutely.
But when it comes to quality against the Pooniverse,
wait till you get the multiverse.
you're gonna get Humpty Dumpty, like every obscure character in this ITN universe.
I still want my Hungry Hungry Hippo movie. God damn it!
Me fucking too, Bugs.
Man.
God damn. Is it that hard to have somebody stranded at a fucking safari with a bunch of weird hippos that are killing people? God damn it. Get it over.
We can make the LA version, make Hungry Hungry Tortas.
Hippos.
Somebody's
All right.
in a boat just with a fucking bag full of tacos.
You just have the Jurassic Park moment where they're all just like running, and you got Jeff Goldblum.
Clever chola.
All right, so I guess it's time to rate this one. I'll let Kruger go last because he's obviously going to be the
you
highest.
didn't say anything.
I didn't. No, I was fine with it.
You
it
chimed
was,
in, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot really. That it was fine for what it was. It was what I expected to be. So I was surprised we had some tits and there was better gore than some of the earlier stuff they used to put out. I mean, you have to at least say it's better than the Killing Tree. I mean, I won't, but you should.
Oh, the Killing Tree is the shit.
I'll take Killing Tree over
Oh
this.
shit! All right, Christmas watch along now.
1 out of 5. Fuck off with this movie. And yeah, I just fucking hated it. Maybe if they didn't play into the Poonaverse stuff, I could have like found more to enjoy. But the fact that they played back into literally shot for shot almost when it came to some of the kill scenes, that bothered me.
Killing Tree is an ITN classic. I'm just going to say that now.
Yes,
I think Killing Tree sucks too, /home video, but that's like a total 1.5. This is low.
It needs a 4K.
Audio
book.
Give it about 10 years. When Vinegar Syndrome starts running out, you're going to get the Killing Tree, 4K, the Piglet.
Oh, you got like a slip cover where you can hang ornaments on it. You don't tell me that doesn't sell out. Like,
I'm buying that right now. Okay.
I love my fucking pig face killers, but this movie's not good. But I didn't think it was too bad either. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5.
I'm a 2, but you know what? I'm a 2.5. I was entertained enough. It's a bad movie. Like there's plenty to complain about, but at least there was an attempt.
Pretty girls.
It was entertaining. Yeah, very pretty girls. And yeah, you have to have a taste for ultra low budget.
I just hate the fucking color grading. Every fucking
the audio. Hold on.
The audio was the mix was off, and I don't know if that was just like the Fandango thing.
No. That's the way the movie is. Everybody complained about it.
Okay, so it's not just an isolated Fandango thing because I know they're the only ones streaming it. Yeah, I can tell exactly what it was doing it on my system. The center channel is coming out of the left center speaker instead of the front center. The only way to get it to work, I put it on mono so it all was just balanced. That's what I figured out. So, yeah, it's totally they need to fucking fix the sound mix so the center channel's the center and not the center left. But yeah, when we get that 4K Vinegar Syndrome disc in a decade, we'll have it. They'll fix it.
Yes. So,
all right. Wait, did I rate it? Did you rate it, Dan?
I don't think you rated it.
2.5.
Okay, I'm also 2.5. I'm in the middle.
Yeah,
it was what it was what I expected it to be, and it actually was better than I expected.
You have to have a tolerance for.
Yeah, there definitely is.
My whole thing is this: we have Poonaverse now. We have Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, 1 and 2. I have a preconceived notion when it comes to Winnie the Pooh slashers now, and I expect a better quality out of you motherfuckers.
But to be honest, you weren't expecting the quality you got out of Winnie the Pooh, though, too. So
Winnie the Pooh 1 like took time to grow on me. 2, I don't give a fuck. You can if you're a horror fan, you'll like that fucking movie.
I agree. I think I do still. You know, I think I favor the look of 1 over 2. That's my main thing.
Of Winnie the Pooh, yes, but everybody else, no. Like they're fucking and the kills, dude. Like fuck, the kills are so good in fucking Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. It's why I'm clamoring to watch this goddamn Peter Pan movie. When the fuck are you guys gonna put it out? Because God damn it, I'm fucking. I want it.
I'm assuming it should. We shouldn't be much longer.
I hope not, dude. I'm going crazy.
Yeah. All right. So now we move on to.
All right, we've got some wrestling horror from Shudder. Dark Match from writer-director Lowell Dean, who we've talked about a lot on the show recently. He made Die Alone, which was a big surprise last year. I really like Die Alone. Also, where the Wolf Cop movies.
I like the first Wolf Cop. Oh, Dial. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Eerie. I love Die Alone.
I know.
But all right, so this movie, a small-time wrestling company accepts a well-paying gig in a backwoods town only to learn too late that the community is run by a mysterious cult leader with devious plans for their event.
Tagging the fucking wrestler, because
wrestler's perspective. This takes place, by the way, in the late 80s. There's a line where they're like, it's almost the 90s, so I'm saying 89. What did you think, Kruger?
I love Stephen Ogg, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Stephen Ogg, yes.
Fucking GTA 4, I believe. Awesome character actor, awesome voice actor when it comes to video games. I love that fucking guy. Like, I think that guy needs to be in way fucking more than he is. He was in that VHS movie from a few years ago. Fucking killed it. Like, so fucking goddamn good.
Lost. It was great.
I like when it comes to indie actors, he really, like, anytime he's in a horror movie, he elevates it. His acting is fucking phenomenal. And in this movie, his acting is fucking phenomenal. He plays that character to a T, fucking goddamn gets over it, being a worker, all of that. My problem with this goddamn movie, I have this problem with every motherfucking goddamn wrestling horror movie.
The In-Ring.
There is bullshit when it comes to wrestling. And you have Chris Jericho fucking there, for fuck's sake, teach a couple of these sons of bitches how to do a German suplex, and oh my God.
You have to pay him more to bump.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck off.
Right, that's the answer right there. Sorry.
There are the Enigma guy is a Canadian pro wrestler, so there is one.
They should have got the body there.
Well, no, there's a couple of people I actually know that worked on this movie too.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't get to show any wrestling. They just fucking were there, and that bothers me, dude. If you're gonna have a fucking wrestling movie, you need suplexes, pile drivers, fucking choke slams, and moonsaults. Motherfuck, god damn it! Like, I love the fact that two of my worlds get to come together. But fucking god damn it, can you just fucking wrestle a little bit? Like, that was my biggest problem with this movie. Everything in the ring, there was barely any fucking wrestling. There's just bullshit gimmicks, and it just pissed me off. Like, if you're gonna have a wrestling horror movie, you need wrestling moves in it. That's what that fucking one movie, Here for Blood, is that what it was, folks?
Yeah.
They got dudes giving them suplexes, and like there's a great wrestling sequence at the beginning of the fucking goddamn movie where there's actual wrestling moves. There's barely
that's like the only wrestling movie that I think really works.
Well, other than the wrestler.
Well, I meant like wrestling horror.
Wrestling horror. Well, I haven't seen WrestleManiac. I heard WrestleManiac's pretty goddamn.
Okay, I haven't watched that one yet. Of the ones I've seen, then I'll say.
But like, legit, dude, like that just fucking irks me as a worker, because like here I am, like, dude, fucking put me in there. I'll fucking go and suplex people and then fucking take a bump through barbed wire and get cut up for real for your fucking film. And like, that pissed me off. Like, please, for the love of God, if you're gonna have a fucking wrestling movie, have more fucking wrestling moves in it.
Lucha. Santo comes to Lucha. That's different.
But even that, dude, the Santo movies are the shit. Fuck off, Todd. Those movies are rad.
They are great.
But that was my biggest issue. I love the storyline. I love a lot of what this movie gave me. Because like fuck, dude, like a satanic cult involved in wrestling, like how the fuck would I not love it? But the fact that there was so much like, dude, we didn't see a guy get pile drived into the fucking goddamn fan. Come on.
Okay, I thought this was gonna be just me with the dislike for this one, but I really didn't either.
Dude,
Like-
it drive me crazy. Like, I didn't hate it, but it drive me crazy that there wasn't enough wrestling in it. I like the storyline. I like Chris Jericho as the big bad, but like, dude, they didn't wrestle enough.
I think I disliked it more than you then.
I
How
liked
so?
it. I thought it was cool.
Well, they
Like,
come back to me. I'll come back and
the,
close with
the,
a.
the shooting of the wrestling is irritating though, because like they do a lot of close-ups. Like it just made me want to watch heels, which is actually they do. a
I
good
know
job
that's
there.
like
They
yeah, that's,
wrestle way more than that fucking
Yeah.
shit, though, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm not expecting to show me a whole match. Like that's
No.
not what I'm saying. But yeah, like
Dude, it's not hard to do the Randy the Ram gimmick. We
Yeah.
got 3 matches in that movie, and they were perfect. They had spots. Oh my god! Like it's just all I need is 30 seconds of fucking wrestling in between this shit. Like that's what drives me fucking crazy. And also just maybe have actually, like Ben said, maybe have some fucking workers. There are, but none of them get to fucking do anything.
Subjective perspective collective. Wait a minute, Jericho is a good actor now?
no, just a
I
good
wouldn't,
wrestler.
I wouldn't say that.
he's
but,
Chris Jericho.
but he's
if
fine. He's
this
fine in
learning
this
tree
movie
bullshit
for me.
turns into a cult leader like this, but fuck yeah, let's get that going. Yeah, but I honestly went in with like super low expectations. I'm not expecting to enjoy this movie at all. I didn't even realize Chris Jericho was in it. I don't like the that image, the poster does jack shit for me. But I'm like, okay, it's wrestling, and we got to review it. It was fine.
I thought that might be a deterrent.
I'm trying to behave, Todd.
I thought this one was well. I'll start with what I liked about it first. Really good cast. I thought Stephen Ogg and the misbehaved character. I was invested enough. I wanted to see them make it out.
Misbehave
okay.
actually has done wrestling matches too. By the way,
Yeah, Aisha Issa. Yeah, I like those two a lot. I liked most of the cast, to be honest. Michael Eklund, who is
This is good.
Canadian character actor legend at this point. He's always amazing. It just wasn't as engaging as I was hoping it to be. I thought the gimmicks, like match 1, we're having a water match. That didn't really factor in as well as it could. I don't know that you could do much with that on a budget.
yes, you could. You drown the mother, dude.
Well, yeah, if you go a little bit more Saw-like and grand.
Yeah, but like,
some of
but
it
like,
was
I
why?
pitched the Friday the 13th match, guys.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Inferno thing made sense. That worked. But yeah, I agree. Like, we
The
spent a
Earth match.
decent bit of time in the ring. So,
And they all sucks. There's no wrestling.
yeah, there's very little wrestling. And this isn't a movie with a lot of like over-the-top gore. Like, even something cheap like Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies, we're seeing them do goofy shit. Somebody's getting their arm pulled off and beat with it.
There's
or-
legitimate wrestling in that, though,
I
from
s-
actual
yeah,
wrestling
I
matches.
still-
Yeah.
I still
Oh, you're
haven't
gonna
seen
hate it, but
It's not great, but
it knows what it is, though. That's the thing about it. It's
yeah, this
Well,
one
there's-
plays it
there's-
straight,
there's
which I
one-
don't mind because a lot of wrestling movies don't play it straight. So I was okay with like the vibe of this, but like I don't know, and just when it's getting like kind of cool towards the end, it just ends. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. So this one was just kind of like okay for me. It not my favorite Lowell Dean film for sure. Probably my least favorite, but it has its moments. It's just few and far
Ain't
between.
no-
I knew
ain't-
you'd hate it, Kruger. I was like,
it-
he is
it-
gonna
He doesn't hate it though.
No, I don't hate it.
the in-ring part. I knew you would have.
But my biggest issue with these fucking movies is like, dude, give me a suplex and a pile driver or atomic drop. Like, give me 3 fucking goddamn wrestling moves throughout the fucking thing. I'll be happy. But like, they had nothing Like, come on, man. Like, and you had real workers that were working on the fucking show with you, like working on the fucking movie with you. I could have saw Chris Jericho fucking hit a goddamn code breaker, for fuck's sake. That's like the easiest fucking move to take. You're telling me fucking Trevor from fucking GTA 4 couldn't take a fucking code breaker? Come on!
I didn't like the booking. I didn't like them pulling a Tessa Blanchard, putting the belt on him. I was like, yeah, so not only do you have to deal with intergender wrestling now, this is the way you're gonna fucking book the ending of this. I'm not giving. I don't give a shit. I'm not a fan of intergender. Sorry if I lose a gig for it.
He said it before.
Yeah, it's not a secret.
I am just saying.
I understand. They're not gonna watch this shit.
I know they're not gonna watch. I think it's fucking dumb as shit too. But like, goddamn,
they're watching me the one they watch.
It's okay to not like intergender wrestling. I love Tessa Blanchard. I love Tessa Blanchard. I'm a mark for her. I think she's amazing, but shouldn't be beating Brian Cage. It looks stupid.
That's what they in. Yeah, I didn't like this movie at all.
Okay.
It wasn't wrestling enough and it wasn't horror enough. The storyline, it was basically fucking wrestling Space Jam. Instead of fucking monsters, it was demons. I was
my problem is I really like the story. Like I love the idea of this cult and like sacrificing people through wrestling. Like, dude, like how would I not?
No shit, Kruger. Yeah, dude.
I get that.
This movie went 100 times better. It had you in the place of Chris Jericho.
Yeah. I just came out. I came out from the fucking bottom like Gangrel in the middle of the cage match.
I think it's just my dislike of Chris Jericho now too.
Oh.
I hate him too. So
it's like I can't like. Yeah,
I ain't getting signed to AEW. Fuck it. Like that dude fucking is an asshole at this point in his career. But
they have a scene where he invites Misbehave to a party in his room, and it's just him.
Oh,
I
wasn't gonna go that far, damn. But
all right. So, well,
all right.
Before we rate this one,
no.
More wrestling and your wrestling horror, for fuck's sake.
Or more over
Here
the top
for
horror.
Blood right now is the pinnacle of everything.
I think my problem is. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, Here for Blood.
I agree.
Suplexes.
Here for Blood's the blast.
Fucking goddamn. So many wrestling moves throughout it. He's taking out the guys with wrestling moves, and you have a guy that basically has a Sting mask that is like the big bad. Fucking awesome. Like, if you need wrestling horror, go watch Here for Blood. Or just go watch the wrestling. Or the wrestler. Because there is horror that it's horrific for me every time I watch a goddamn fucking movie. Let me tell you that fucking much.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I will watch WrestleMania tonight.
I don't remember
Because I've been holding off on that movie for years.
What was the one we made Ozzy watch? Was that it?
No.
Is that the one with Rey Mysterio?
You showed him I think you showed him Grunt.
No. One of the very first SESs where we reviewed a movie, we picked the movie and Ozzy had to watch it. He was so mad. I can't remember what it was.
I feel like I'd remember if he did WrestleManiac, but yeah, Rey Mysterio's uncle stars in that one.
Well, yeah,
late uncle.
I didn't care for it, but whatever. And subjective perspective.
XPW alumni. Rey
Yes.
Mysterio Sr.
Yes.
That covers racist. I disagree. I think it's pretty accurate.
Well.
All right. So, well, I didn't rate it yet. 2.5 for me.
And also, it wasn't a dark match.
No, the whole dark match thing was kind of like.
I think it's dark for the darkness of evil, not an actual dark match.
No, but they say they're getting a dark match. It's
not televised.
Yeah,
they tried to explain that in there, Todd.
I know, but they're using the term wrong. I mean, yes, that's a dark match.
You're also not wrestling in a wrestling movie.
But that's a fucking private show. That's not a fucking dark match. A dark match is a non-televised match on a televised broadcast.
I mean, technically, it wasn't televised though. It was on the.
Yeah, they're
private.
Okay. There you go. It was on IWTV.
I got a vibe that Lowell Dean is not like a huge wrestling fan. I could be totally wrong.
I think that's my problem.
But,
Is like
yeah.
it doesn't feel like there's no. I think I need a wrestling horror movie that's realistic. Like this doesn't feel like a wrestling world I've ever seen.
Well, you wait till Spooky Dust releases their cinematic death match. There you go.
There we go.
Did we all rate this?
No,
I did 2.5. I don't know that you guys actually did.
no,
so-
none of us rated it.
Okay.
I'm
Pug,
a
2.5.
3 out of 5.
Kruger.
Because because I didn't hate the fucking movie, but I hated the fact that there was no wrestling in it, or not enough wrestling. There's a little tiny fucking smidgen of it.
There's not
but,
any good wrestling in it, but I wasn't
No.
expecting it.
like, dude, I needed to see somebody get power bombed into the fucking fan. Come on, or pile drive, dude. Think about if they would have fucking took the guy, picked him up, pile drived him right over the fan, and broke the fucking fan, and his head got cut off. Come on, that's money.
I don't even. It's either you got to give me some more realistic wrestling, or you do wrestling moves and turn it into over the top
into kills. That's what horror and wrestling should be. Turning the wrestling moves into fucking kills. I should choke slam somebody into a fucking fan and have their head pop off. I'm a
Do you mean a fan in the audience or like a fan with the blade?
well, they had the fan in the fucking.
Okay. No, I thought you meant one, then I thought the other. I was just checking.
This is hard because I did like the movie, but
we're still waiting for you to rate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2.5, and that's being generous but when it comes to wrestling horror, this is one of the better ones that I've seen. But it doesn't have enough wrestling in it. Ain't no fucking what the fuck was that bullshit that referee fucking bitch that?
Oh, it's not as bad as Masked Mutilator.
Mutilator, yeah, that movie fucking sucks donkey dick. So
the ref was the worst.
With that with that movie in existence, I will give this movie a 2.5.
Okay.
See, Dan, if I'm going to bring Dan's up for once, if that would have happened, if Jericho brought back Ralphus as a satanic minion, I would have probably gave it a 5. But because it didn't, it gets a 1.5.
Dark Match 2. Make it happen.
No, because now it's gonna be just the next one's intergender match.
God damn.
But Ralphus,
Women can't wrestle.
he'll choke a bitch.
Whoa! None of us said that, Dan.
No,
We just said we
none
didn't
of
like
us said that.
women can wrestle. I just don't like to watch men hit women. Sorry, I'm old school.
That means you should.
I just don't like to have to put them over.
Oh, that too. Well, yeah. Well, most of the time, let's not get into that discussion. Let's just. I think we wanted to talk some spoilers real quick before we talk some last tournament on Patreon. So let me just give you the spoiler warning. Dan, you want to tell them what we have next before we go to spoilers in case?
So guys, immediately after we wrap here, we're going to head over to Patreon, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1. And since we can't control ourselves when we talk about popcorns and penises in the popcorns, you can support us there. It all starts at just $1. And we're going to do last tournament on the left. So don't miss that. It's been fun. And I don't know where it's going. So we'll see.
All right. So on that note, let's hit our spoiler warning so there's no confusion. Spoilers, guys, coming up for Hard Eyes.
All right, so homeboy taking Jack, sticking it in the guy on bottom, and then fucking taking the girl on top and fucking smashing her head. Dude, fucking that was amazing. Awesome fucking kill. I haven't seen anything like that ever. I mean, the closest I got was when the girl on top got fucking sliced in half in Jason X. Or not Jason X, Jason Goes to Hell. But awesome fucking kill when it came to that. I thought the reveal after they killed the killer was obvious as fuck. Like, I knew exactly where it was going, and then, you know, they even play into it even more with her taking him home or whatever. But I kind of thought she was the killer, like, throughout the whole movie, and then, like, it deterred me, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Is that the Asian dude that was, like, at the fucking place or whatever? Like, I legit thought it was him.
I do like that it's their kink. That's kind of cool.
Well, here's what I'm saying. This is a social commentary on the dating scene in 2025, where you have most people that want to be polyamorous, and they are evil. I'm sorry if you're polyamorous out there. I think you fucking people are evil.
These are Kruger's opinions, not necessarily opinions of
the
shows.
You want to, you know,
I don't care what you do.
Human centipede that shit, like, go for it. It's all good.
And I'm a hopeless romantic like the fucking black dude in this movie, so.
Yeah, you are.
You guys are fucking evil. Fuck you. I hate you people.
I'm not poly.
I didn't say that. I'm a one-woman man. But
I've never like that. That's what I.
It doesn't usually work because I have known.
Well, no. I'm just saying, like, that's what I thought. Like, that was the gimmick of the couple, was that they were like this poly mommy daddy gimmick, and they wanted a son or a child, like, dynamic in there, and that's why they took advantage of this dude that, like, was, like, obsessed with their killings.
Okay, yeah, that I get that, but yeah,
I don't know. That may be my fucking that may be my mentally ill brain.
You're projecting a little.
100%.
I didn't get any child vibes. I'm like, oh, a little baby Cupid, that'd be kind of cool.
No, but what I'm saying is that they were mommy and daddy, right?
It was a throuple.
You could have had Phil Fondacaro as Cupid.
Jesus Christ.
He just comes in with, like, the diaper and everything, just stabbing people in the ankle. That would have been.
You get a diaper fetish? Fuck yeah!
And Ben brought this up. I was kind of hoping, like, it was like one of this dude's exes that he just, like, banged and, like, left like in one of these other fucking goddamn states and was like, fuck you. And then she took revenge on him. I thought that would have been funny.
Yeah, crazy bitch twist would have been interesting.
I think that's better than just, like, having it be the fucking local goddamn policewoman, but
well, she gets her O from you know, killing people in love. It works. It works.
Yeah, I would have really just had some random psychopath who was just killing all the people in love.
Well, that's kind of what I was hoping for, where it was just like, oh, we're thinking it's this. Like, I was hoping they were going to fake us out, thinking, because they play it into it where, like, at one point you think it's the main lead actor. Right. So I was hoping they were going to do a whole 180, and they were just like, no, it's just this weirdo that fucking jerks off to fucking, you know, couples.
And then it has the Scream problem for the sequels. That's the reason I would have rather just had, because you know, they have to, every time you have to figure, well, who's the killer this time? Maybe, so what do they do moving forward? That's my thing. Like, if we would have just had that random psychopath, we could have sequels up the ass. But now it's like, well, you gotta
but also when it comes to Valentine's Day, you have like with this storyline, you have a plethora of incels online that are going to want to be a copycat.
Yeah, but I'd rather just have one. And Ben asked.
No, I agree.
Credit, yeah, no, yeah, I did, and we're obviously setting something up, but I just don't want the whole. It makes it harder for the Scream movies. I mean, they managed to pull off doing it, but sometimes you get part 2 that doesn't make whatever
any fucking sense.
Yeah. But
I hate Scream 2 too. That's why I hate Scream 6.
Okay, you hate 2 because of 6. I'd have to think about that for a minute. But
6 has legit basically the same ending as 2, except with a dad and daughter instead of it just being one parent.
I have to rewatch. I can't remember off the top of my head, but all right. So do we have any other spoilers on this one? Were there any of your kills that you
Think
wanted to
so.
mention?
I already talked about probably the best kill in the movie. I mean, the pressurized kill was cool, but
Yeah, that was too.
also
Yeah.
that had a lot of CGI to it. I like the fucking carjack kill because we got this awesome practical
You know,
shot of the
No.
face.
you know, what we didn't talk about in the goddamn main fucking review. Not a spoiler, but I mean,
Do you want to take
Having-
the spoiler off?
it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're done, so I'll just continue. We didn't bring up the fact the ending takes place in a fucking drive-in, which is always fucking
dude.
bonus points. Yeah,
Well, and the kill, like him going through the massacre through the drive-in, was awesome. Like that elevated the movie a lot for me.
yeah. It's kind of like the
I
movie theater
think
thing.
that,
Drive-in always.
What was the other movie recently that like most people didn't like that I enjoyed? I'm trying to remember. Was it Salem's Lot that had like the final act?
Yeah, I thought
Most
that
people-
was crap though. That drive.
But the driving aspect that will
Yeah, I do remember liking that. Yeah, but yeah. So overall, I mean,
Solid
decent
week.
Yeah,
Some
well,
ups, some downs. but
Well, I
some-
had two. Three. Yeah, it was an okay. Really, it had one strong one for me. And that was this. Everything else, I was just
Deus Irae was the standout.
I know I'm the odd one out on that one. But yeah, looking at the rest, it wasn't a good week. Never mind. Fuck what I said.
All right. So, guys, just again, we will be live on Patreon after this with more Last Tournament on the Left. And join us live Valentine's Day Eve as we're Valentine's Day evening, I should say, as we cover Ken Russell's Horror and the sort of sequel Horror 2. So, yes, that made sense. Since you
You
couldn't
just
have
say we are covering Horror 1 and 2 because that's the name of the fucking movies, Dan.
Horror 1
Thanks.
and Horror Part 2. Yes.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here before Todd has an aneurysm.
We'll
No.
see you on Patreon, guys.
And you can see me have my aneurysm with Dan on the next show because I'll be unfiltered, as we all will be.
Maybe. Yes. Good
See how
night.
uncomfortable I can make Dan.
Oh, it'll
Popcorn
happen.
buckets coming soon.
We're going to make it happen. The only question is,
Not
do they need
before.
to have holes or not built in? But we'll figure that out later.
They're definitely gonna have holes built in.
All righty. All right. Dan, say goodnight.
Good night. See you on Patreon.
Money's on the dresser.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I'll see you in Disneyland.